Welcome to my channel. I am Jimmy. Welcome to Jimmy's Road to Spirituality. I welcome all the divine masculines for this reading, and of course the divine feminines. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well, guys. I hope everything is wonderful in your life, light, peaceful, and joyful at this time in the time of summer. I don't know, many parts of the world as well, many countries are facing winter at this time. Some of the countries, of course, on the other poles, but yeah, I hope you're enjoying summer, winter, whatever times you are actually having at this time. I decided to do the divine masculines reading in July because this is going to be for the remaining of July 2022, and I'm curious because I feel this curiosity, from the masculines side, in regards to the feminines, in regards to the journey, in regards to the ascension process, to the awakening process, the dark night of the soul process. Everybody may face different timelines, and of course, I came from outside, and I was like shopping and doing my own things. And I just opened a beer because it's very very hot and humid here where I live. So I'm drinking beer, guys. So if I burp, I apologize, but this is like a celebration for me in the same time, as well is what I'm feeling in the last few days, in the last week as well, and as well in the last couple of weeks, in regards to the divine masks inside that they are, psychically attacked. The feminines cannot be actually touched because of a lot of protection and a lot of guidance, of course, respectfully for towards the divine feminines that are on the journey, that are on the road to spirituality. I really feel that the masculines at this time they're attacked, psychically, and a lot of things are done against the divine masculines, and of course it's affecting them, precisely in the fact where they have their weaknesses, which can be drinking, alcohol, drugs, or whatever other like low vibrational action that they might take at this time. I really feel it very, very strongly in the side of the masculines in the last few weeks and probably I could say months. And of course, I feel I make the difference between masculine and feminine. I'm trying to study that this at this time and connect with my masculine and feminine sides. Of course, with my left and right brain. This is very important for us, to create and to practice this balance. This equilibrium between our hemispheres, the brain hemispheres that we are working with and we are actually activating. Changing your mind means changing everything, or many things, changing your world, changing your life, changing your perception about in the reality of things. Maybe this is very important in regards to the divine feminines that are actually activating and having this emotional maturity about them and experience of life, school of life it is called, but as well as a mental balance for the feminine, which the masculines are looking into this, or they're you're supposed to look for the remaining of July 2022, divine masculines. Pay attention to your mental, to your emotional, to your spiritual, to your soul body, and to your physical body. It's a very, a total of everything. It's very important to make this connection between everything, that it's, in regards to you personally, individually, in regards to, um, in the way that you see yourself, in the way that you project on the external, everything that is happening internally. It's very important to get to know, and strengthen your inner man, which is very talking about spirituality, about getting to know yourself, loving on yourself, self-worth, self-value, self-honoring yourself, in accepting and valuing every single lesson and test of life. It's very important. Okay. This message might be about King of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the other card that actually was on the other deck at the bottom, it was the Four of Wands. So there is a chance for a divine masculine, which can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, to actually rebuild a more solid foundation, or this is what the divine masculines are called very specifically in this month, in the month of July 2022. The two cards that actually fell when I was like shuffling in the beginning of this message are the Page of Cups and the Six of Swords, with the King of Swords in the split deck and the Nine of Cups. We are talking about having peace of mind, having some sort of understanding, revelation for the divine masculines, moving towards calmer waters because they want to actually approach the situation with a Page of Cups here, which can be very, very fishy. It could actually seem and look very fishy towards the divine feminine. The energy and the maturity and the elevation of the energy is very important in regards to the emotions, but it's a little bit of scared energy here, fright. I feel very specifically with the Page of Cups. These masculines that are trying to approach, with a peaceful state of mind, with some sort of tranquility, understanding, quiet as well. Maybe they are moving towards, having this revelation and this, truth in regards, mentally in regards to the situation. They could actually try to approach the situation in a different manner, which is it's kind of it's what I'm feeling here about the divine masculines is that they are trying to come in with an offer which they are not very sure about because emotionally they didn't actually were involved with you, divine feminines. If you're watching, mostly divine feminines are watching, feminine energy specifically in general. um, but these divine masculines are afraid. They know that what they're, in the way that they are coming towards you, and they're in the way that they're going to approach you in this emotional matter with the Page of Cups. It might not be enough. And I see here I split the deck with the King of Cups and the King of Swords. It is a battle between their heart, their emotions, and their mental aspect of themselves. Four of Swords with the King of Swords, which we have a Five of Swords here, a fragmented air energy of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody might be feeling sick or very, very weak at this time. Somebody is supposed to pray, meditate, contemplate, practice, mindfulness. Actually, the Hermit is showing up with Four of Swords. Somebody's kind of forced into a corner here to be lonely, to do their dark night of the soul, to actually go into their shadow side and receive of some sort of understanding, which can be very lone and very painful and very, the light could be very, very dimmed in regards to these masculines here. The Six of Cups with the Four of Swords. It could have been some illness in the past life. Maybe they connect with this sort of situation. Maybe it's something repeating from a past life here. But for sure, with the Six of Cups, they are, remembering. It's a reminiscence and a connection of emotion here from a past life in regards to the divine masculines and the divine feminines at this specific time. The Hierophant and the Four of Swords. The Hierophant Taurus energy talks about the traditions, church, human customs, human traditions, human teachings, human aspects of, you know, um, traditionalism and belief systems, and in the way that you have been raised, the country that you're coming from. Specifically, it talks as well about authority and about, awakening, being called and being anointed as a masculine energy, actually to teach some specific truths that the divine is actually revealing to the divine masculines at this time. And if these divine masculines are kind of forced on a dead, or on a dead, sorry, on a bed of illness or sickness or whatever specifically, they might not be feeling very, very, well. Maybe they could have a virus or a sickness or a specific cold, flu, specific illness I'm feeling. But these masculines are kind of, sitting on their bed mostly during the day, lately or presently in the month of July, and contemplating. But they're, they're called to do their work, here with the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastering their craft, doing some specific work in the three-dimensional. So let's see here, what messages do we have continuing this Page of Cups and the Six of Swords. Eight of Pentacles here with the Four of Wands. So again, rebuilding through work, rebuilding through effort, rebuilding through manifestation in the three-dimensional, putting the work, the presence, the intention, the desire, the everything specifically with the to the three-dimensional aspect of the divine masculine situation. And I see 10, 10 on the time, the Queen of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. So the Queen of Cups, it's a very loving, very nurturing, very emotionally balanced, very emotionally intelligent, feminine energy here. And it kind of wanted to come in the reverse because I turned the deck. I don't know why, but somebody saw you maybe in the past as not a Queen of Cups upright. Maybe they saw you feminine energy as well in the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and that you are not actually giving or producing anything, and that you are stagnating them. And if I put all this deck in the reverse, everything is so negative. And but somebody's giving me the impression that somebody maybe mirrored this influence in regards to the divine feminines as well, towards the divine masculines. Everything maybe kind of looked in the beginning, or it's still looking in some sort of way in the reverse in regards to the divine feminines for for the divine masculines here. But let's see exactly what the message is. It's some sort of frustration that I'm feeling as well, because there is nothing wrong with the two divine feminine if you're watching or cross watcher. Your divine feminine doesn't have any, flukes or anything that it's gonna be deteriorate. It's gonna be in inferior or deteriorating. I cannot speak. Your image or your whatever image or projection or mental desire or whatever projection or imagery or visioning of these divine feminines might have been happening in the divine masculines perception about them. And it's very important here for the divine masculines to open their eyes, because many divine masculines are listening to a lot of external influence here. I have the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and the Fool King in the reverse with the Moon in the reverse. Well, somebody's not going to take a leap of faith at this time. Divine masculines, maybe you're kind of contemplating and not knowing for sure that if you still have a chance. You know that you have been a fault of not taking a leap of faith in the past. And of course you didn't connect it with your feminine energy, which is this moon, which was trying to reveal in your life through your instincts, through your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your messages, your visions, your synchronizations, synchronicities, excuse me. I don't know how to speak today. So it's just coming to me that a sense of confusion and a sense of not knowing what you want, a sense of not paying attention to yourself, dibbling and dabbling into whatever type of mixtures of emotional intent, emotional involvement with other people. With the Seven of Cups here, it's a lot of cups. And then underneath the Seven of Cups we have the Justice card, the Three of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and Four of Swords again, divine partners, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups as well, the Tower, Five of Wands in the reverse, the Star card, Lovers, Hermit. Somebody, it seems that somebody's like making the decision here to connect with their shadow side, do some inner work. The choice is actually made already with the lovers here. Of course, the lovers can connect with twin flames, soulmates, divine partners, spiritual marriage here specifically. The Star card, it talks about you know acceptance, seeing yourself of truly how truly who you truly are. Transparency, truth, healing, acceptance and balancing, and caring and loving and pouring so much water to fill your little puddle here that the star is actually trying to fill. And this person, you probably know the person watching, or the person that you're actually listening, this message about, that they were like bringing peace. And they, you person watching, or the person that you're actually watching for, um, you were, in need of healing, of acceptance, of transparency, of truth, of this, even if the darkness was very dark, and you know that you had a specific calling, a specific contract with somebody, with lovers here. um you worked your butt off, lifetimes in regards to this, because of the Eight of Pentacles being here and the Six of Cups, the Devil in the reverse. You have fought the good fight, faith, of, trusting in yourself, trusting in the divine, trusting in whatever might have been hidden, in regards to your situation. But if you feel that you're not this person, this is talking about a person, of course, that you're dealing with, or you're interested in, or you're having this spiritual contract here. The Five of Wands. Once the other person or you understood the truth, they let go of the inner conflict. They let go of, you know um, caring anymore of what other people think, of what other people say. The Tower, it was a surprise for them, because they realized that they lost so much, so much of themselves, because of this useless, you know people, or, in the end, it's not the people, I know, or maybe it is. I mean, they're useless people as well. I don't know. It's like, um, but the situations in themselves, they just had them lost themselves, and they lost a lot of emotion. Or maybe, with the Eight of Cups here, they were kind of forced. The surprise was like everything was like tore to the ground, burned to the ground, destroyed by the divine, because it was like a foundation that was built on sand, a faulty foundation, a fluke foundation. And then that's why that everything had to crumble, everything had to be destroyed to be able to restart all this all over again. But somebody had to walk away here. Somebody walked away of, from the best thing that they were meant for them. The Lovers, the Star card, and the Hermit. Somebody that was wise enough, with the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Somebody that knew how to say no to the devil, defeated the devil, and knew exactly from a past life, exactly specifically what they were supposed to do in this lifetime, and what they probably were meant to be doing in the past life. That's why this Hermit, that's why they didn't allow themselves, so they are not allowing themselves at this time to not continue do the work. And I feel this pressure on this, on my right side, which is like my masculine side of my body, because I'm predominantly masculine. I'm a feminine, of course, but I'm predominantly masculine. I'm, an air sign. My energy is masculine. But they just actually let go and left, and because they let some sort of inner or, external conflict that ruined this situation. Coming back to this justice, Libra energy. Somebody could have been dabbling into some shit here, very, very specific shit, pukiti pukiti, whatever the shit might have happened here in the kitchen. It tasted disgusting, because the Three of Swords, it's understood at a mental and emotional level here by the divine masculines. They want to give and receive, but they are not feeling specifically right, correct at this time with the Four of Swords. They're contemplating about the whatever they chose and whatever they did, and of course it broke, physically into the three-dimensional, a huge heartbreak with the Three of Swords, being actually, betrayed in love. But it's understood at all levels. It's actually penetrating the entire heart with Three Swords. Maybe they just wasted the last 3 years on some bullshit, the last 6 years, the last 4 years, with a specific divine partner here, because you have the divine partners here, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. But now they know, I mean, these divine masculines know who is specifically their, divine partner, their specific contract that they were called from, from whatever situation might have been facing. But yeah, specifically, this message is kind of like, I don't know, the Page of Wands with the Eight of Cups. Somebody's contemplating because somebody walked away. The Ten of Swords with the Page of Wands. Somebody knows the betrayal was complete, total, final. Um, but somebody is contemplating still about this situation. So somebody didn't actually release Page of Swords with the Page of Wands. Maybe somebody is still very concerned of who is watching them and what they're thinking about them with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're dealing with two people, a masculine that has very specifically, fire here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this person they cannot actually vocalize, and they cannot pronounce words in what they want to express towards you, and they know that they're being probably watched um, by a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody that is actually a creeper, somebody that is stalking them and gawking them, hiding behind the bushes or whatever they're doing. Four of Wands with the Page of Wands, somebody wants to rebuild a situation. They want to come back. They want to have a different opportunity. They want stability in regards to the situation. But there is a contemplation in the month of July 2022 in regards to this specific divine masculines, in regards to this divine partnership here, this divine contract, spiritual marriage, divine connection. Maybe from both of the partners, from the the feminine and the masculine are contemplating. Maybe you lived in the time of famine because it wanted to come out of the famine. The famine. Maybe we lived in like we all lived in a specific time that is actually, I don't know. Some words are just coming popping, and I'm trying to say something, but it's just changed in that moment. The Three of Cups with the Page of Wands. So somebody is actually celebrating, going out, drinking, partying. It's talking as well about a third party interference in regards to emotion that is involved, emotionally in regards to this situation. This person could be a Gemini with the lovers here, somebody that made a choice to choose this person, a divine masculine. They contemplated the situation and they chose this person all over again. But death, it's actually produced in is actually happening because these divine masculines at this time. Four of Wands, Eight of Cups. It doesn't matter if they went back to somebody from their past, somebody that is a third party in involvement here. Gemini in specific, specifically with the lovers. With the Tower at the bottom of the deck and the Death card here and the Six of Swords. I mean, these masculines, they could have been actually left by the divine feminines and by the third party as well in the same time, because a transformation, a choice was made here by the divine, definitely, and for sure you have to be sure about this person watching, divine masculine, divine feminine, or whatever person is watching this message. You have to know that the divine is guiding some specific twin flames, soulmate, divine partners, spiritual marriage here, spiritual contract that is meant to come together. You, both of you, divine masculines and divine feminine, specifically in regards to your divine partners, your divine contract, you are supposed to go through this death contemplation, spending quite a few years, up to 3 years, up to 6 years. Maybe the latest time that you have known this person is the last 6 years, up to 6 years now. Can be 3 years, 6 years, 1 year, 4 years, 8 years. Okay, with all the numbers that we have here. Some specific tower or message or something very, very surprising. It's gonna be probably happening very, very soon or very unexpectedly as well in regards to these divine masculines, because a choice was made for them by the divine, okay, in regards to this third party situation, in regards to the offer that specific with the divine, these divine masculines try to give to their divine feminines, which is their specific a significant other, with the lovers here, and of course the divine partners. It's came out here a couple of times, okay. This specifically, these divine masculines at this time are contemplating because they're going through this death process, which is mentally kind of releasing some type of um, residues on something that they didn't understood, that they didn't have clarity in regards about in the past. Maybe They know that they gave a shitty offer, a very stinking, very, very, very fishy offer, emotional offer here, the Page of Cups being the first card. But actually, for me, the Six of Swords is the first card. So, yes, the Six of Cards tells me that mentally they understood something, or they're going to understand this month, specifically in regards to this situation, this union, this partnership. They want to rebuild something, but they know that the third party is somebody that is probably still present here, maybe, as this card is upright. Many people are celebrating at this time. They are looking for partnerships. They're looking to actually find their partners or find partners. But specifically these divine masculines, maybe they're looking for their divine counterparts at this time, but their divine counterparts are just not here. And this is kind of like a surprise for them, and it's not actually a conflict. And look again, the Tower, underneath the towers, a Five of Wands again in the reverse, and the divine partners. So maybe they left from a third party situation, which is specifically Gemini. They're contemplating at this time because they're going through a death and rebirth of their situation. They want to rebuild, with celebration of life with a specific partner that is meant for them, like a soulmate, divine partnership here. And then you divine masculines, you need to understand that you need to actually cut all the inner conflict and all the external voices or influences of or people that are actually trying to interfere in this partnership, in this union. With the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, Judgments, Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords again, and Ace of Pentacles, with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, they feel that they need to keep whatever pentacles they have at this time for themselves, because they're like feeling that in the investment in three-dimensional at this time with Judgment in regards to this situation, they are kind of forced to be crumbling the situations. Even the divine feminine at this time, they're crumbling themselves, because Judgment is that you need to put those pentacles to work. You need to invest those pentacles. You cannot actually put them underneath your feet and just sit there. I'm going to sit here and I'm not going to do anything with what I have at this specific time in the three-dimensional. So you always have to invest, invest, give, produce, make possible. This is what I'm feeling. But the Judgment is, connecting with a past life. In the past life, they didn't invest as well. So this is something that a cycle that is repeating. That's why the Eight of, Cups, as well, the feminine energy walked away in a past life in regards to this situation. But I know that this is talking very specifically about this present time as well, because the divine many of the divine feminines have walked away because they have not been chosen. Somebody else was chosen, and a divine, feminine, it has, divine feminine, true divine feminine has value and worth. She's not gonna sell herself short more and more and more. Even if this person is their divine counterpart, it's they don't know who they're meant to be with. And the divine feminines know the truth exactly how it is. With a Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, it's somebody, the divine feminine, it's somebody that is dibbling and dabbling in the occult. She understands the dark side. She's actually protected, by animals, by spirits, into the, spiritual realms and in the three-dimensional aspect as well. If this person is sitting on her throne and is actually creating something really wonderful, and she is. She's a queen of beauty. She's a queen of splendor. She's very well known and appreciated, respected in the three-dimensional. She's a public speaker, very creative and very powerful. Influence in the three-dimensional. It's somebody that is going to kick your ass very, very quickly, and with a lot of subtlety. It's just going to be very subtle, and you're going to be ass kicked. Her darker side, it could be that she's actually dibbling and dabbling into some horse shit that is not penetrable and understood by nobody. Maybe try to understood by this person, but not. This is a person, a feminine energy that takes good care of themselves, and you know they have style, they have grace, they know what they're doing. They're somebody that is actually setting some sort of trend or fashion or something very creative, very very abundant in their specific. That's what I'm feeling very strongly here about the feminine energy. And this person wants with 8-8 here, it's something repeating in regards to this situation. Maybe in the past they were kind of trying the divine masculines to come really much closer to the divine feminines, but something happened again and they forced the divine feminines to actually really walk away. And of course, because of this, they feel the distance. They feel that these divine feminines have moved away, and they want to travel towards the divine feminines, and they want to actually work with the divine feminines because the divine is actually making something possible for the divine masculines with with the hierophant and the hermit that we saw here being very present. Of course, if the feminine energy is mirroring this type of energy or this type of work of this type of manifestation, transformation, death here, Four of Wands, maybe the feminine is trying to show the divine masculine that she's actually transformed, she changed, she walked away just because she wants to rebuild, and she doesn't want to rebuild in a third party situation or in regards to a third party, or with a third party involvement in this situation. That's why this Four of Swords comes here again. 4 4 3 3, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups. So eight, fours, threes. Yeah, 3 4 8 6 7 in between. Okay. Okay. We saw the Eight of Pentacles like a couple of times before. So, um, these divine masculines, they know that they need to work with the divine feminines in a specific way, in the three-dimensional. Of course, the divine is showing to these divine masculines specifically through this process of transformation, metamorphosis, death, and rebirth of whatever investment they're supposed to put in this situation. But they're contemplating and they're taking some time to actually rest, rejuvenate, meditate, pray. Um, a little bit of R&R, sleeping better, just keeping their energy at a specific level. But if they're like sick, or they don't feel that they have the strength at this time, they really want this Ace of Pentacles. They want this opportunity, which can be something very very for them to be able to touch something tangible. But it's like a new portal and a new gateway and a new opportunity, possibility, something very very big that they feel that the divine, they wish for this Ace of Pentacles, this manifestation, this something that they can touch and feel and taste and enjoy in the three-dimensional. It will be like for them a different world. I see 3322. Let's take the other deck, which has the King of Wands at the bottom here, and just pull a few cards for the Divine Masculines. The Queen of Cups just fell here, and the Princess of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, Divine Feminine, Ace of Cups, on top of the Three of Cups with the Princess of Wands at the bottom of the deck. High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune on top of the Death. Justice on top of the Four of Wands, Seven of Swords in regards to this Eight of Cups. Yes, many divine feminines, they were actually lied to, betrayed in this aspect of them, that they were lied, their partners were lied, against. I mean, people lied about them towards these divine masculines. People try to steal from them, people try to copy them, these divine feminines. We are dealing here with somebody that is a thief in the night, and somebody that really wanted to make you feel destitute and robbed and not see exactly the blessing that you had. They pushed you away, they pushed you to walk with this Eight of Cups. And the Tower here, you know exactly what the fucking shit was going on. I apologize. I excuse my French. I can say this. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the World, Six of Cups on top of the Ace of Pentacles. Of course, we have the Magician, the Sun, Nine of Cups, Emperor. The Princess of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The mental clarity, yes, it's in regards to this Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, which is the Queen of Love. Queen, very loving and very, very mystical and very mysterious in so many ways. Somebody that knows, they know their emotions. They have this emotional balance and security and maturity about themselves. These masculines have received the Princess of Swords, this type of revelation, or they're going to receive it in the month of July 2022. At a mental level, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, some sort of truth in regards to the Ace of Cups, which is self-love, being, grateful and thankful, gratitude in its, widest and, most freeing kind of way here, the Ace of Cups. And, these divine masculines know in the month of July, it already probably came to them because this is something that probably comes from the past. You're still divine feminines, the same, a Queen of Cups in the past. You always reflected this loving energy, these emotions, this nurturing kind of type of connection that you had from the beginning with these masculines. And the masculines, know this. And of course, they with the Princess of Wands on top of the Lovers, there is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius influence energy here that was contemplating, in regards to this choice with the Lovers, which is Gemini, and they chose somebody else, which can be Gemini, or they have specifically Gemini in a specific placement, maybe regards to their sun moon specifically for these masculines. And then we have the High Priestess on top of the Page of Wands. So yes, this third party was a Gemini, and is a Gemini or was a Gemini. And they contemplated on choosing this person. This was the passion, something in regards to passion in their connection, and the third party's connection that they had with this person, with this third party. The High Priestess still is someone that is like very awakened, looking, being able to look through the veil. So this High Priestess knew the truth at the spiritual level, in the spiritual awakening that this High Priestess had in regards to the situation, the Wheel of Fortune. They knew that specifically everything happened for them to gain some sort of ability, gifts, something specifically that it was given to them, but it was already them, theirs. Whatever, it was given to this High Priestess in this life. We are talking about Pisces energy. Um, they knew it was already theirs. It was already theirs from from the beginning, maybe from the past lives, or from the beginning of their existence. And it was like fated. It was some specific calling, or it's a specific calling in regards to the divine feminine, specifically for this, divine masculines here. Justice, Libra energy here. We're talking about all the four fixed signs, of course, with the Wheel of Fortune. Justice, it's talking about balancing the scales, the truth of the situation, the divine justice, and the divine, presence here with justice in regards to marriage, in regards to legal situations, in regards to this calling, in specifically. It was something meant for them to have, before coming into this lifetime, before being formed into the womb of their mothers, this High Priestess, this feminine energy. But she was, the third party tried to steal and, deprive her of her blessing, of her calling, of her destiny, of her fate in regards to this, masculine. But the tower specifically showed the truth, and it's like the tower fell underneath the tower, and everything has fallen exactly on this third party situation influence, whatever energy is this of a person, of a Gemini specifically, in their sun or moon, or a rising, or Venus. It could be North Node, South Node is very specific here. And then we have the Six of Pentacles on top of the Eight of Wands, which is like giving and receiving, equality, balance, a proper give and take. What is actually meant for this High Priestess, for this feminine, here. It's what she's actually manifesting, and she was being, she has been manifesting this from the beginning, with the Seven of Cups on top of the Three of Wands, of Pentacles here. Excuse me. These feminine energy, they have a lot of options, but a lot of them are illusions, and they know specifically, this High Priestess, she knows specifically where they need to invest emotionally, and when they need to invest, specifically in the three-dimensional, in regards to this whatever illusions here, because it's some type of people that are coming to create some sort of illusion, maybe for this divine feminine, and surrounding her, or somebody maybe is like trying to do some sort of sorcery, black magic, or some sort of rituals against this feminine energy still. But the divine is actually has seen all these behind closed doors, and of course the feminine energy, she has seen, and she's seeing still through the veil. I mean, whatever the divine has shown to this High Priestess here, it is really, really appreciated, I have to say. I mean, this person knows so many things, much more than people could think that she would know. I mean, she's a keeper of secrets. She knows very, very well to respect secrets, and respect truths, and respect people, and respect, this is the truth about an awakened High Priestess. Very wise, and very clear, and very awakened, and very, specifically, the intention of this High Priestess is to work with the divine, and just skip, maybe the divine feminine is trying to skip some sort of illusions in regards to emotions at this time. Specifically masculine energy, that you're laying low at this time, because the World card, and we are like double all the four fixed signs, so it's like Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. A very important cycle here in regards to the illusion here for this divine feminine. Maybe specifically, it could be for you, divine masculines. Hopefully, I don't know. It's gonna come a time in your, awakening process and ascension process, where you're gonna understand how much time you lose, by giving yourself to illusions. And this is maybe what you're supposed to understand for the remaining of July 2022, that illusions in regards to other partnerships, emotional partnerships that you're getting into, are going to make you feel sick. Maybe it's an STD, maybe something in regards to this third party, or third parties. You can actually, we can talk about seven parties that are involved emotionally in regards to these divine masculines here present, which can probably have put these masculines for the last 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 days, 3 to 4 months, 3 to 4 moon cycles, into a very sick state of, place, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, mentally for sure. And in the three-dimensional, something is missing. They're gonna keep of traveling in all these different places, but they're not getting to many places. They're not getting to any specific place for them. In this in the three-dimensional, specifically in their lives, in regards to investment, in regards to whatever manifestation in the three-dimensional, finances, material things, gain, whatever type of gain, or profit. We could talk about profit here with the Three of Pentacles in the three-dimensional, is like making them sick, because they see the illusions, and they're supposed to finish something in regards to this illusion, in regards to up to seven emotional affairs, or seven emotional people involved in their situations. And I see 44, 14. That's why they desire this Ace of Pentacles, but they are receiving the Six of Cups, which is like connecting with a past life emotionally, and reminiscent. They're reminiscent about a past life. They're reminiscent about something that maybe when they were young, with a Page of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, and the passion that they had when since they were children, like a child, emotionally for the star, which can be you, divine feminine, in regards to healing, in regards somebody specifically called, somebody like put on the spotlight, somebody that is really recognized in the three-dimensional. It was maybe you were as well, divine feminines, feminine energy. The star could be somebody masculine as well, as I'm seeing here with this Ace of Wands. It was a lot of passion between this masculine and third party situation with the Ace of Wands, and they gave them some sort of specific type of healing. Maybe it was like sexual healing in the past life, some sort of emotion that was really, really immature and very, very premature, immature. It's what I'm feeling, and I'm seeing, and I'm feeling from this Princess of Cups specifically at this time. Of course, they celebrated with different people, and they went into different situations in the past life while being confused, while expecting to actually and have an Ace of Pentacles again, and just be listened and believed and be awakened and do this work. They had a Two of Cups. They had a specific unconditional connection that was meant for them in the past life to awaken them, but their situation went to a different position here with the Knight of Pentacles. They were kind of stuck because of somebody that was in the middle of their awakening, in the middle, in the in between them, you know, three-dimensional happiness or whatever they were trying to probably experience or understand or have, being probably very young children. Specifically, a third party got an involvement into their awakening, into their ascension process, which made this separation between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It could have seen something very simple, immature, very, very premature. They jumped to maybe to conclusions in the past life as well, is what I'm feeling in regards to this divine masculine specifically. But then the last cards that I'm going to take here after the tower here was the magician, the sun, the nine of cups, and the emperor. Somebody that is called to get to know themselves and the three-dimensional in all the in regards to all the four elements, which is air, water, earth, and water, and to put in this movement of manifestation for them to be able to manifest. But we have the infinite sign here, which talks about a specific cycle or a specific lessons in lesson in regards to Gemini energy and Virgo, of course, with the magician energy. But we are talking about somebody here that knows about alchemy. It's an alchemist, somebody that knows how to take energies and just manifest with them. It's somebody that is very gifted. We are talking about Gemini and Virgo with the sun here, maybe Leo predominantly in their chart, or you're dealing with a Leo. But this is like the divine masculine energy, talks about the heart, the soul of the connection. This person is awakened because they realize, the truth, inner child, healing, transparency, a brand new opportunity of to happiness, to life, an opportunity to start all over again. These masculines are having, or they're actually offered and given by the divine, and this, in the month of July 2022. With the Nine of Cups, they have, a wish fulfillment, fulfillment of emotions. It's a completion. It talks about completion here in regards to their emotions, and of course, the Emperor talks about being stable, being grounded, being specifically staying in their power, authority, decision making, and being singular in their understanding. And I see 48, 44, and 48, 48 at this time. Maybe you're dealing with a masculine that is 44, maybe a masculine is 42, 48, I'm feeling here. But this is somebody that is called to uh, be godlike and just not be selfish, but be singular in this type of, singularity in their decision making, in their authority, in their power, in their, ability to stand strong and make those decisions that are, correct, fair, godlike. This is what I'm feeling and seeing here in regards to these divine masculines. It is a very specific calling for each masculine in specifically. There is nobody that is the same in their ascension and awakening process, dark night of the soul, all these processes. But the divine feminines are patient, and you're supposed, guys, to have be patient at this time, because nothing is going to happen how we want. Of course, for us, a year is like a second for the for the divine. And then a second for the divine can be a second for us as well. But the divine's time and timeline works differently than ours. Of course, specifically, the divine sees the truth in regards to your process, your timeline, your ascension, your awakening, your everything. And of course, I took all these cards and I shuffled, and the Three of Swords wanted to jump in the reverse, guys. I really feel that the divine feminines are not struggling with, you know, staying in this pain, emotional pain, mental pain, living in the past. It's time to just learn and let go and forget and forgive, and maybe not forget, but forgive and just let go, and just let God, let go, let God, you know and be thankful and grateful for the lesson, for the tests, for the experience. We are so blessed to have these experiences, to have every single moment and every single experience in our life given to us. We are truly chosen, and we are truly blessed to be here, guys. I wish you, divine masculines, peace, love, and light. I hope this message helped, and I hope this message, spoke to you guys and helped you in a specific way. Please let me know what you think, and what kind of readings maybe you would like to hear in the next future, guys. I send you all peace, love, and light for the remaining of July 2022, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.